Inflation remained unchanged in August at 2.2%, according to figures released from the Office for National Statistics. It means the rate of inflation is still slightly above the Bank of England's target of 2%, which will decide whether to cut or hold interest rates tomorrow. Here's our chief economics correspondent, Darshini David.
At Shrewsbury Market, voted the nation's favourite for the second consecutive year, traders are also celebrating a pause in some of the cost increases that have made the last couple of years less than appetising. Like fishmonger Ian, who's worked here since he was 18.
We've already negotiated considerably better prices on the electric. It's nice to see fuel coming down. That all helps. Hopefully over a period of time, as the prices for our bills come down, we'll be able to reduce our prices a little bit.
You want that piece as well? No.
But over at the butchers, beef and lamb are much more expensive than they were. Chicken and pork prices more steady. John thinks those prices are less likely to fall and has noticed habits change.
People adjust, they buy slightly less. Only shop here perhaps 2 times a week instead of 3 or 4. Everybody cuts their cloth, you know, to accommodate what they can afford.
But even if the prices of goods are settling down, it still means food is 30% more expensive than 3 years ago. Energy bills 40% higher. And there's other parts of inflation which are still much stronger. Services inflation, the likes of airfares. So what does that mean for tomorrow's interest rate decision?
No cut tomorrow, in my view. Rates will stay at 5%, with the next cut coming at the following meeting in November, where rates will go down to 4.75%. And I think that will be the case throughout most of the first half of next year, before the inflation picture is a bit more comfortable and interest rates can be cut a bit further, perhaps all the way to 3%.
Back in Shrewsbury, pricing restaurant meals, part of services inflation, takes some tricky balancing.
People don't see that they see a price on a menu and they don't necessarily think about the rent, the wages and all those on costs that are at the back of the house that we have to actually incorporate into that final price that you see. And so it's a constant process of assessing, reassessing.
But even here, those cost pressures are fading, pointing to weaker inflation to come. Businesses, customers and borrowers have had their fill of climbing bills, but relief may be on its way. Darshini David, BBC News.